الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون وأطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول واحذروا فإن توليتم فاعلموا أنما على رسولنا البلاغ المبين صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. So today the ayat that we recited, ayah 90, 91 and 92, they talk about commands about wine, gambling and lottery and worshipping idols. So worshipping idols, this was expressly forbidden, and the severity of sin, which is shirk, was already explained, but here where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought it again with gambling and wine and lottery, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving an idea of how serious are these sins, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning them alongside worshipping someone apart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such as idols. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O people who believe, innamal khamru, definitely wine, wal maisiru, gambling, wal ansab. Nasb basically means something that is standing erect. So nasb or fixed. So ansab, those that have been fixed for worship. Wal azlam, and drawing arrows. Drawing arrows, the Arab people, they had a special sort of lottery where sometimes a camel would be slaughtered and there will be 10 arrows placed in a quiver, a container of the arrows, and they will be shaken. 7 of those arrows would contain a mark which would determine whoever picks this arrow will get a share in the camel's meat. So this was their way of doing lottery, and 3 of them out of 10 did not have any marks, and then this they used to determine who's going to get what part of the camel. So this kind of lottery is haram and forbidden. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying these 4 things, rijsum min amal shaitan, they are filth and they are amal shaitan, from among the action or from the things of shaitan, made up by shaitan. Fajtanibu, therefore refrain from these. La'allakum tuflihun, so that you may be successful. In lottery, only that kind of lottery is permissible in Sharia and the Sharia of the Prophet ﷺ, where it is used only for dividing something that is equal. So for example, there is a house, it has to be divided in 4 parts, and all 4 parts are equal in value and sunshine and wind and breeze and all. So now only to determine who is going to get what part, it is permissible if they are exactly equal in their value, then lottery can be used. Otherwise, to give to someone and to deprive others of something which they have a rightful, which they are a rightful owner of, that is impermissible. Innama yuridu shaitanu, definitely shaitan wishes only to an yuqi'a baynakum al-adawa wal baghdha fil khamri wal maisir. Shaitan wishes to plant enmity and malice, grudges between each one of you, between you and one another, fil khamri wal maisir, through wine and gambling. So this is, Hazrat Mufassirin have explained that this is the worldly damage that gambling and drinking does, that when person loses their sense by drinking, then they say things that cause fights and they lose control of themselves. Similarly, in gambling, when the person wins, they want to keep winning, and their life becomes dedicated only to that. And similarly, the person who loses, they also have a grudge against the winner, and they also want to, in an effort to win, they would keep on playing, they would keep on gambling. In fact, it is said by some Sahaba that in those times there was people, and there are still people, who would put all their lives, assets and money in gambling, and would lose it and then live a life of misery. So this is worldly loss, animosity between people, and grudges and loss of wealth. وَيَصُدَّكُمْ عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَعَنِ الصَّلَاةِ. And not only this worldly benefit, but he wants to prevent you عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ, from remembering Allah, وَعَنِ الصَّلَاةِ, and the special form of remembrance of salah, which is of Allah, which is salah. So when person becomes thoroughly involved in gambling, they forget about their duties towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they also, when they are overpowered with drinking, when they've lost their senses, then they are not able to perform their duties to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَهَلْ أَنْتُمْ مُنْتَهُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking a question here, that would you then now abstain, when we have clarified upon you that there is harm for you worldly and in terms of ibadat, so towards the akhirah as well. Now will you stop from them, will you abstain from them? And to make it easy, the next ayah is kind of harsh, but Hazrat al-Mufassirin have written that the Sahaba were such beautiful people, they had such beautiful hearts, that these harsh words, apparently harsh words, made the action upon this command actually easier for them. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ وَاحْذَرُوا. Obey Allah, obey the messenger, and be heedful, pay attention, listen to this. فَإِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ. And if you still turn back, فَاعْلَمُوا, then know it well, أَنَّمَا عَلَى رَسُولِنَا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ. Upon our messenger, the responsibility is only to convey the message clearly, which the Prophet ﷺ has done. So you are not going to harm Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are not going to harm the Prophet ﷺ by not listening to him. This actually made it easier for the Sahaba, listening to this, to give up these things that they were addicted to. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه.